Hey y'all, this is a very different video. This video is only intended for one person. And I'm sorry that it has to be public. Because I have no way of communicating directly with my divine masculine. And I have a very important message for him. This is very personal. But it has to be said. So my apologies before I even start. I had to type this all out so I wouldn't forget anything. So I could be clear. Because this is a very emotional topic for me. So last night, I was listening to one of my YouTube tarot readers' channels. And I was listening to a reading. And it got me upset. A little bit at first. And I went into deep thought. And it wasn't long before I broke down and I cried last night. I didn't get very good sleep last night. Because I was full of thought, anxiety, and sadness. So after some thought, I decided to put my divine counterpart on notice. And like I said before, I'm sorry that I have to do it publicly on my channel because I have no way of contacting him directly. So communication is and always has been one-way blind. Divine Masculine, you have been watching and stalking my channel and my social media for nearly 5 months now. And you've been ignoring and avoiding me for pretty much that whole time. It's been long enough. Fact 1, I was in a shitty, fake, pseudo relationship for 5.5 years prior to meeting you. It wasn't a real relationship at all. But I was in love with a man who hid his life and his personality from me effectively for years. I don't know why. It was love at first sight. The first time that's ever happened. So I held on too long. Of the last part of the 5.5 years, I had lived with him for 1.5 years as a roommate. Hoping and praying that it would stop being a one-sided love. And it never did. He used me. And it took several cold rejections from him. From me pouring my heart out to this heartless man. For me to be able to emotionally detach from him and heal my heart so I could eventually free my heart and then later free myself from his home. It was a long and arduous process for me to detach, to have the courage to call in a sacred soulmate, because I had believed for 4 of those years that he was my twin flame. I also didn't know that he was still secretly married to his wife the whole time I was involved with him. He lied to me and told me he was divorced, and they didn't live together, so I didn't know any better. However, I thought it was still strange that they were best friends, and I thought it was strange that I had found his health card, his health insurance card for his work that has her name and her children on it, and they're not even his biological children, mind you. And I found this insurance card just laying around the house one day. It stayed on the kitchen table for weeks. It took me even months to click in my mind that he was still married to her, even after I found it. I thought it was weird, and it didn't make any sense to me, but I know now. I found out shortly after I moved out. Fact 2. I manifested my sacred soulmate. That was my intentions. 3 weeks before I met you. Believing that I would manifest the one who would love me, and it would be pure, honest, and healthy love. That it wouldn't be toxic. That I wouldn't be mistreated. It never even occurred to me. I had no idea that what I would be sent from God was my actual twin flame, who was actually married. I didn't expect that to happen. But it did. And it was devastating to me, but I took it in stride and I waited it out and I trusted God because I knew that there was a reason we met. Fact 3. We met and there was an instant connection between us. It was love at first sight for both of us. I knew it, I felt it. And God told me to confirm it. It was real. I saw how you looked at me several times. No one has ever looked at me with those dreamy, romantic eyes before. I saw the love in your eyes. You couldn't hide it for a little while, but then you just started wearing a mask. And you just ghosted me. But nothing was ever said or ever discussed on either side because you were married at that point that we were in communication, and you still are. I am a respectable woman. I don't date or chase married men. And if I would have known that asshole before you was married, it would have never lasted as long as it did. I am looking for real, true, unconditional, and reciprocal love, with marriage being available to me over time. Fact 4. I am no longer going to chase any man. That's all I ever done my whole life. It is toxic, and it is not what a divine feminine does. Divine feminines receive. No man has ever loved me in a healthy and balanced way. I've never experienced a proactive man who would make any kind of romantic offer towards me. I had to be the one to seek it out. And I'm not doing it anymore. I've never even experienced true mutual love before until I met my divine counterpart. Any love I had ever experienced before was one-sided. I deserve better than that. Fact 5. I am sick of being someone's backup plan to keep me waiting in an invisible cage for love and commitment while someone else holds on to toxic girlfriends and wives, being trapped in loveless relationships, being held together by toxic emotional ties caused by trauma bonding, and children and financial ties. I have decided last night that I am no longer allowing myself to be someone's fantastical backup plan, waiting for a man to decide to man up, to be honest, to follow their heart. I am no one's backup plan. If I am not the plan, I am not interested. It's not cute and funny anymore to be stalked and watched by someone who chooses to stay stuck in an unhappy and loveless, toxic, abusive marriage or relationship while I get ignored. I've done too much work on myself, and I value myself too much to continue to put myself in situations where I am waiting for a man to figure their shit out, to sort their shit out while I get stuck waiting and pining and being alone. Being understanding and empathetic is keeping me alone and ignored while I continue to get older, waiting for love that never shows up for me. Fact 6. So, Divine Masculine, I'm putting you on notice. I know you fantasize about me in every way to escape the harsh reality of your shitty marriage with your unloving, abusive, manipulative, controlling witch of a wife who is a prostitute, child abuser, and black magic practitioner. What you were doing is protecting a narcissistic criminal who is undeserving of your time, your love, your attention, your help, your commitment, and your money, while you leave someone who is deserving and worthy of all of it to be out in the cold and ignored. I need a helper. I need help. I don't have much time and energy to continue to do this alone for much longer. I'll do it for as long as I have the strength to. What you are doing by fantasizing about me and watching and stalking my channel and my social media is manifesting my love and devotion constantly, while you continue to be in zero communication with me, avoiding me to make it easier on yourself to stay in this shit-stained karmic marriage of yours. When have you had enough to take real and permanent action, to take a risk for real, healthy, and reciprocal love? You know you don't want to be in it. You loathe it. And you're tired of enslaving yourself to this karmic creature that you fathered children with. You are very clear about all of the evil shit that this woman has done to you behind your back and to your face. And yet you still continue to stay. You have all the power in your hands and you sit and you do nothing. It's cowardice. That is not divine masculine energy, and I do not support this cowardly behavior. You are supporting evil for the sake of children and money. How selfish and superficial of you. If you truly have no balls to defend yourself and your children, I no longer choose to empathize with your inhumane situation because you are continually resisting your destiny to stay chained to fate. And I am too old, and I have waited my whole life for reciprocal love, and I refuse to wait any longer than I have to. So I am emotionally detaching from you now. And the longer you wait to communicate with me, is the more that I don't care to even give you the benefit of doubt if you even ever did talk to me again to finally reveal your feelings and your intentions toward me. When I fully heal emotionally, I will be manifesting a new sacred love. A soulmate who isn't married and who is emotionally available to build a lifelong loving relationship that turns into a marriage. I need a partner. I need a helper. And I'm tired of being lonely and ignored. And when this happens, and the manifestation comes into fruition, your chances are then 0, divine masculine, because you are not in your divinity and you are not taking actions to clean up your karmic mess and follow your heart. So if you love me, let me know. If you want to stay chained and controlled in your karmic marriage, choosing a miserable, fated life instead of following your destiny, then just stop manifesting me. Stop watching my channel, my social media, and stop fantasizing about me. You are hurting me, and it is not fair to me. If you have any questions prior to taking action, then you man the fuck up and you have a conversation with me. You know how to find me. Your karmic marriage will eventually end. And if you hang on until it runs its natural course, I may no longer be here for you. Time is running out. I'm not kidding. I am a loving, caring, and forgiving person. And understanding. I forgive you. And I am still willing to forgive you and take a chance with you if you decide to contact me. Have a real and honest communication about your feelings about me and your intentions. I have plans. I have a lot of dreams, goals, wishes, desires to achieve and accomplish in this lifetime. And fact is, I need my divine helper as soon as possible. And if that ain't you, I will get it in someone else because God has promised me my helper. I deserve it. I've healed. I've transformed. I do my work. I take care of my responsibilities. I do everything I have to do. I do it with a smile, I do it with gratitude, and I do it with love and passion. And I don't complain. And I'm not complaining now. But these are my expectations. We all have free will to decide. I'm exercising my free will to let my expectations be known. So the ball's in your court, divine masculine, who isn't acting very divine at this moment. What are you going to do? The choice is yours. The clock is ticking. I love you deeply, unconditionally. I will not abuse you. I will not take advantage of you. I am a hard worker. I am dedicated. I am committed. I am loyal. I am caring. I am devoted. But I am detaching from any outcome with any specific person. I wanted it to be you. But if you can't put in the work to do your transforming, I'm not going to put my life on hold for you any longer. I'm not going to wait. I'm 41 years old. I will be 42 in 3 months. I wished upon a star for my one true love when I was 12 years old. I waited 30 years for true love. And I'm not going to wait on someone who doesn't make healthy choices for themselves. As a tarot reader, I know full well that everyone has free will to change the outcome of any situation at any time for any reason. Because tarot doesn't determine someone's free will. It only picks up your feelings, your thoughts, your desires, what you're doing, what's happening. You have the freedom to choose to stay stuck and let this karmic marriage end in the worst way fucking possible. You may not even live through it. Or your wife might not live through it. The end of the marriage could very well result in someone's death. And if you're unwilling to let go before something really, really bad happens, if you want to wait it out for the universe to completely obliterate this karmic marriage, and it will, because it's been doing it for a long time to get your fucking attention to do something about it. I'm not going to wait for the end. You make the end and follow your heart and take a risk and walk by faith and not by sight. And I will put my all into it. Completely devote myself to you, the partnership, everything. But only if you do the equal thing as well. I'm not going to do all the work. Never again. Or not. The choice is yours. You want a brand new beginning in love, marriage, commitment, honesty, passion, devotion. Honesty. Then prove it. If you don't, then let me go. It's here for you if you want it, but only for a short time. Because when I emotionally heal, I'm manifesting my sacred soulmate, my partner, my love, my helper. And when I do that, and it comes to fruition, and I meet the new person, you've lost your chance. For everyone else who's watching this that isn't my divine masculine, I'm sorry you had to watch this personal thing. I don't want any negative, rude comments or opinions in the comments of this video. If I get any comments at all, I respectfully ask that they be comments of prayers, support, love, encouragement, without opinions, without rudeness, or I'll just delete them. I ask this out of respect and courtesy and love. I thank you in advance for any encouraging thoughts and prayers and comments that this video will get. I thank y'all for your time, your patience, and your support of my work. I value and appreciate y'all so much. Have a wonderful day. Now I'm going to start the daily reading and the water signs for the rest of the month. And then after that, I'm focusing on my healing. Thanks again.